Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal Rowe and this is Flosstube number 30. So I've had a big bump in subscribers and I just want to say thanks to all you guys who have been subscribing. I'm less than 30 away from 1,000, so that's super fun. I'm very thankful. And if someone sent you to my channel from a shout out, please let me know in the comments because I just really want to thank them. And if you are new here, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about myself so that you kind of know more about who I am. I do talk about my life a lot, so I hope that's your thing. But I'm 41 years old and I live in a small town, South Carolina called 96, like the number. And I have one son, he's 11 years old, and I homeschool him, and I'm married. So I cross stitch, I quilt, I like to read. That's just a little bit about me. It's hard to say, oh, this is me. So that's it. And like I said, I do talk about my life. So thanks for joining me. It's been a couple weeks. It's been a long couple of weeks, and I'm happy to be able to film a Flosstube and kind of take my mind off things because it's been a struggle. So you know, sometimes we go through things in life and it's just hard. But on the bright side of things, you know, watching other Flosstubers and sharing back and forth with you guys really brings me a lot of joy, and that's what I love about cross stitching and the cross stitching community and just crafting in general. So let's get started. I'm gonna look over here at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. So we've been doing homeschool. We started school on the, I want to say it was the 16th. Yeah. It's been a couple weeks. Let's just say that. I talk about that a little bit more on my Stitch With Me channel. And if you don't know already, I do film Stitch With Me videos where I'm stitching on a project and I just kind of just talk. I just talk for 30 minutes about everything. So I did talk a little bit more about what is going on with our homeschool. And my mom has had a ton of doctor appointments, so we've been doing that. And I've been in physical therapy for my lower back, and that's been that's been a little bit painful, and I'm just going through that. So I know it works. You just got to give it time to work. And my husband, his job, he's been having to work a lot at both of his jobs. So yeah, we're a tired bunch in this house. We are tired. We're just surviving. We haven't done anything fun. We haven't went anywhere. We just try to get some dinner and watch a little bit of TV or something, and you know, and that's it. So you know, sometimes seasons of life are like that, and that's the way it is. So that's about it on life update, and I have a huge finish to show you guys. I have my previous fall and Halloween finishes to share, and so let's get on the cross stitch. I want to go over some comments first. And the first comment, well, I'm not really reading comments because I don't have Parker's laptop over here, but last Flosstube I showed you guys a pattern on my wish list from the Blue Flower, and it was called Moonlight Sampler, I think. Let me look, I wrote it down. Yeah, Moonlight Sampler. And I love this pattern, and my husband, it was a Saturday, so my husband was here, and he was like my peanut gallery. He was over at comment while I was doing my Flosstube. So we had a little disagreement about what this animal was, because I was like, this is not a skunk. What is that? I could not think. I kept thinking like aardvark, or I don't know. So I asked him, I said, what's this animal? And he's like, that's a skunk. And, okay, if you've seen it, you know what we're talking about. We disagreed. So I have to be right about everything. So after my video, I messaged Janine, who is a designer for Blue Flower. I commented on her Instagram post for that pattern. I said, you know, in short, my husband and I disagree about what that animal is. He says it's a skunk, and I had Googled black and white nocturnal animals, and badger had popped up, and I said, I think it's a badger. So she's like, okay, it's a badger. So it's a badger. Some of y'all said that's a skunk, and some of y'all said that is not a skunk, it's a badger. So that was a lot of fun in the comments to see what everybody thought and who agreed with Mike and who agreed with me. You really couldn't agree with me because I added that it was a badger in editing, but anyway, so that was a lot of fun. So that's still like my #1 favorite chart from all of these Needlework Expo sneak peeks. Oh, Stormy's over there. Stormy is wild. She's doing good. She looks like she's about to run over here. Her and Mose are playing right now, so I hope they don't knock my stuff over. They are a tag team. Let me tell you what they do, okay? Stormy knocks everything off the table, so she knocks stuff off my cross-stitch table. She knocks stuff off my sewing table, the kitchen table, Parker's desk, the end tables, okay, any kind of table. She likes to take her little paws, like here's a marker, and she goes, pew, knocks it on the floor. And then Mose eats it. So they're like a tag team. She knocks it in the floor, and then he gets it in his mouth and tries to eat it up. So I have to be on high alert because he has already eaten 2 of these markers. Markers! He's eaten Nerf. I have a paintbrush that I clean the dust out of my bobbin in my sewing machine. He ate. Now when I say ate, sometimes he does swallow stuff, but he basically chews it till I either catch him or he decides that it's not worth chewing up, which he likes to chew everything. But he chewed up the paintbrush because I use it for the soft bristles to clean out the dust. I've had that thing for years, and I find it in the floor. I'm like, what in the world? Listen, I buy that dog chew toys, chew bones. I get him the Nyla bones that are like, they're like, I don't know, it's just a brand of bone for dogs that need to chew. And as soon as he gets those, I have to order them from Amazon. As soon as he gets them, he starts chewing them things to death. Whew. Anyway, so that's my tales of woe from my pets. I was supposed to be talking about cross stitch. Back to comments. Sharon asked what size. Sharon asked this on my Stitch With Me video for my Halloween parade project, which I'm going to show in a few minutes. And she said, what size is that project? So if you're stitching it on 14 count, which I'm stitching it on 28 count Monaco, so it's the same as 14 count, your finished project would be, let me look, I wrote it down, 13 inches by 8.5 inches. So the stitch count is 183 by 120. So it's going to be roughly a little bit bigger than a sheet of paper. Yeah, because a sheet of paper is 8 by 11.5 or 11 by 8.5. So I hope that helps Sharon. And let me see if I have anything else. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about as far as comments go is if first of all, if you're not already watching Stacie C Stitches, you need to watch her. She's great, and she's actually doing a ornament exchange right now. I think she's still accepting people. So if you want to know, you need to go to Stacie Stitches on Instagram or Stacie C Stitches on YouTube and check her out. I did sign up for that Secret Santa ornament exchange. I think I might have said Stitch Along before. It's an ornament exchange. She's doing that, so if you have any questions, you can check with her. And so Stacie talked about in her video that, you know, sometimes when you're watching somebody on Flosstube, you enjoy their video, but you just don't have anything to comment. You just don't have anything to say. It doesn't mean you don't like anything. You just don't have anything to say. So one way to support your Flosstubers without, when you just don't have anything to comment on, is you can just leave any kind of emoji, because that boosts the channel in the YouTube algorithm, which will help that Flosstubers content get shared to other YouTubers who are not subscribed to the channel. So for instance, if Janet Jabber, Stacie C Stitches, Patchy Pony, they will leave emoji comments, and they each have their own little signature emojis. Janet's is sunflowers, Patchy Pony's is horses, and Stacie leaves flowers. And it's a way to say, hey, I watched your video, I enjoy your Flosstube, and this is a way that I can support your channel. So and a lot of us watch a lot of Flosstubers, so we may not have anything to say, or you know, whatever. So I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start, if I don't have anything to add to the comment section, I'm going to leave an emoji comment. And if you're watching and you're on a device where you can leave a comment, I would love for you to do that, to like my video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and if you don't have anything to add to the video but you want to support my channel, just leave an emoji. Any emoji. It doesn't, you know, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. So thank you, Stacie, for sharing about that. That's a great idea. And I honestly was wondering why other Flosstubers did that. Like, I knew they were showing support, but I didn't put two and two together about it helps Flosstubers get their videos out there. So thanks. Alright, so now we can get to stitching. I'm going to go over previous finishes, and these are my fall and Halloween previous finishes. So I'm going to start with the little one that's in front of me, and this is one that I switch out on like a little pedestal stand, so it's just by itself. But this is Fall Y'all, What's in My Cup from Stitching with the Housewives. And as you can see the white behind the black stitching, because this is on 14 count black Aida. So you can see it like this, but when it's up in my house, you can't see those white, you can't see the white coming through. I mean, like, nobody's in here with an LED flashlight going like that. So if you stitch on black Aida and you're wondering about that, just don't worry about it. Just stitch what you love, it'll work out. And I'm actually going to give this to my mom, because she has a little area where I have been stitching small cross stitch pieces for her, and Stormy's over here messing with my phone. And she's like, the one she has up now is the one I stitched for 4th of July, so she needs a new one. I said, well, how about like some pumpkins or a scarecrow? And I said, oh, you know what, I've already got one to put there, and I'll just take it to you. So I'm going to take this to Mom's and let her put it up. Stormy is on the table that has my ring light and phone. Okay, she's moved on. Alright, here she is. She's wild and wants to play. So, Stormy, are you wild? Are you wild? I don't know. I don't think y'all are going to get a sleepy kitten today, because she's ready to play. Yeah. We'll see. Alright, so my next one is, this is Harvest House from Little Stitch Girl. And these have like glue and like stuff stuck to them because they were in my storage tote. I stitched this on a piece of 28 count even weave that I had bought at Hobby Lobby. And she has a series of these. She has Harvest House. She has one for each season. I don't know what they're all called. This is the only one that I have stitched. I have the pattern to the winter one, I just haven't stitched it. So, this is just some kind of like fall decoration from Walmart that I finished it on. So, go. And the fabric I chose, the white does not show up, so there's a white trellis here and it doesn't show up. So this I should have stitched this on a darker fabric. But I mean, it's fine. I like it. It's just you can't see the trellis very well. My next one is one of my favorite ever that I've ever stitched. And this is a banner year picture. That's how we can get pictures on our Flosstube thumbnail. Okay, so this is a Ghosties and Gourds. I forget. It's either Ghosties and Gourds or Ghosties and Ghouls by Hands On Design, a banner year. So I'm just gonna go up and just scan. This was so fun to stitch. This is on 16 count Kermit. I used a cardboard coloring cotton floss because I bought this as a kid. And I used her finishing tutorial, and let me tell you what, this took me hours and hours to finish. It was a massive finish because you have to cut out the triangles, you have to finish the back triangle, and then there's this triangle, the trim, these things, the ribbon, but the end result's worth it. So I love this. It looks so cute hanging up, and I use this as inspiration for a new start for this week. So I'm gonna set this to the side to show that later. My next one is this is called Haunted Hill Road by Little Stitch Girl, and this is one that I rushed through the finishing. It's just like that. I ended up just setting it on a shelf because I just didn't know what to do with it. I didn't want to hang it on a wall. I didn't want a big board. I don't know. So I ended up just putting it on Parker's bookshelf in our homeschool area. But this is really fun. This is on a 14 count coffee tea dyed fabric. And I really like this. I don't stitch scary Halloween because Parker gets scared. So I try to stitch like more cartoony, fun, lighthearted Halloween. So that's why you won't see, like, you know, anything spooky necessarily, because he's not gonna like that. So my next one is my favorite, and that is and one of my washers came off. Let's see, yeah, one of my washers came off, so I have to hold it. That's my Calvin and Clyde by Stitching with the Housewives. So I gotta hold it here. I bought the white truck from Hobby Lobby. I stitched this on, I don't remember the color. It's a like greenish blue. It's more, I cannot remember the color. It's a fabric from Hobby Lobby. And this was so fun. I love this. And I just made that little bow and stuck it on the top. So I'll have to glue my magnet down. I'm going to take this off and just show it closer. If you're looking for a fun, light-hearted fall stitch, this is a great one. So that's Calvin and Clyde by Stitching with the Housewives. So those are my completed fall and Halloween pieces from last year. That was my first fall and Halloween season that I had done since I got back into cross stitching in 2020. So that's what I've got. Alright, now it's time. Drum roll. My big finish for the week. Are y'all ready? Can you guess what it is? Winter Rose Manor by Alright, I gotta get it back. Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais with that needle and thread. And it's done! Yay! And I know I look silly looking over like that, but okay, so let me do the zoom. I hope y'all can see this good. Alright. So, if you're new here, I'm going to tell the story. Actually, I'm going to pause because I forgot the picture. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully my phone doesn't fall. Alright, so what I went to do is to get the picture of my house. So, this piece, as soon as I saw it on Instagram, I knew I wanted to stitch it. And I hope, you know, it's the colors I chose. This is 25 count Lori Holt Prim. So this is big. This is, I don't even know how many inches it is. I would say, I don't know. I'd have to get my calculator out, but, or calculator, or measuring tape. Ugh. I don't know how big it is. It is, I would say 14 or 15 inches square, roughly. But, I don't know. I just like the fabric, so I wanted to stitch it on this. I don't know if y'all heard that. That was Stormy. Muzzy, leave her alone. He's not hurting her, they're just playing. Okay, so, sorry. Alright, so I lost my brother in 2018. And my mom always called us and calls us her baby birds. That's her thing. She's a mama bird, we're her baby birds. She uses, you know, examples like, you gotta take care of your baby birds, you gotta let your baby birds fly the nest, all that stuff. So, when I saw this, and it's not showing up as well on my phone, but this is pink. This is a light pink. It's Conch by Weeks Dye Works. It's a pink house, male and female cardinal. So, as soon as I saw this, I thought of my mom, because we had a house with pink shutters, and she calls us her baby birds. There's the male cardinal, the female cardinal. So, the house represents my mom, the cardinals represent me and my brother, and it's just it's a tribute to my mom, and you know, and because my brother passed away, it's just really special. So what I did is I put in his initial David, my initial Crystal, and my mom's initial Kathy, and then put in 2021. So I'm very excited. I'm going to send this to Total Framing to get it framed, and I hope I can get it back by Christmas. If I can't, it's fine. It doesn't have to be back by Christmas, to give to my mom. So this is my Winter Rose Manor. It's so big I can't get it fitted here. I'm so excited, y'all. I love this. I love it. I'm very proud of this piece. And I would not have gotten this done if it wasn't for the 25/7. Because this piece was hard for me to work on. I had like a mental block and I was not working on it. I started it it was a New Year's start, either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, and I just, emotionally, I was having trouble working on it as far as like for a whole day. So I said, you know, I want to get this done. It's very important to me. And Bendy Stitchy had started talking about the 25/7, and other Flosstubers were doing it, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna try that. So I started picking it up and just stitching basically like 2 lengths of floss a day. And some days I would get on a roll and I would do a little bit more, especially when I was filming this house. I would just pick it up and do extra because this was a beast, and it worked. I got it done. So thank you guys who've encouraged me and been following me along on the Stitch With Me videos, and I can't wait to get it framed and show you guys. So, alright, so that's my big finish. Set that over here. If something happened to it, I would just cry. Oh, and the hat, I want to show you the picture of the house. So, alright, I'm trying to get no glare. Okay, so this is our house that I grew up in West Virginia, and it's white. My mom and stepdad remodeled it. It was in really bad shape before they remodeled it. So they remodeled it and they picked vinyl siding, and this would have been early 1990s, so this was like a thing, you know. And then my mom wanted mauve shutters and mauve door, and she had like pink and white, not pansies, what is that flower? It's a really common flower. Anyway, she had pink and white flowers in a flower bed. So, yeah. And this is the only picture that exists of my knowledge of this house. So, I have got to scan it and make copies of it. But what I want to do is make a copy of this picture and have it and put it on the back of the frame with a note explaining the significance of it, so that wherever it lands in the future, somebody knows what that meant to me. So, because who knows where that thing will end up. Please don't end up in a landfill. Oh. We'll see. Okay, so let's get to whips. This is going to be a long video. Alright, so first is I have picked up my Halloween Parade by the Blue Flower. I'll kind of zoom in on that. I love this. I started this last year, and my goal is to finish it before October, so that I want to do I think a pillow finish. I'll probably just set it on a shelf, but I still want it finished as a pillow with trim, but we'll see. So this is how far I've gotten, and this week I've pretty much put in that the treat basket right there. It has fish and bones for the animals, and then I started on the lady. This is on 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco, and I have talked before about how I really don't like stitching on that anymore because I keep stabbing myself with the needle because I have to push so hard to get it through the fabric. But this piece is not as tight as my other Monaco, and I think it's because I didn't bake this. I let it air dry because the holes didn't shrink as much. So I think that's why I'm doing okay stitching on this piece in particular, but my other pieces are a nightmare to stitch on. But I love that. It's such a fun pattern. I mean, it's pets in costumes. Janine, I think her name's Janine McGowan. She's a genius. I mean, her pieces are so fun. Okay, so my next one is a new start. And let me see if I got a cover photo. I know I have it in here somewhere. Okay. This is Barbara Ann Designs, Plentiful Meadows. And I know you can't see that very well because that's just the way the chart is. This is part 2 in a 5-part series called A New World. It is only available on creativepoppy.com. And I'll go ahead and show you this was my finish from last time. This is part 1 called Night of All Fears. So if you look in the corner, it has 5 parts on 5 different pieces of fabric. So I ordered the fabric, and let me look and see what it is. I think it's called Dark Cobblestone. It's 32 count Belfast. I can't find the page that has the, okay, here it is. Yes, it's 32 count dark cobblestone linen from Zweigart. And I ordered it from 123 Stitch, so this is part of my haul for this week. So this is the start of part 2. And I love it. And I was wrong. I thought it used a different aqua. It uses the exact same colors as part 1. So I just had to get one more skein of 3371. That's all DMC. So here's the first part, and then when this gets done, it will be sewn. Sorry, I'm trying to fix it. It will be sewn together in the next layer. That makes sense. It's not perfect, but y'all get what I'm saying. So it's not hard. It's not a huge pattern, but there are so many color changes that it takes a while. But I enjoy it. I like that. It's fun. It breaks up some of these other patterns that are more, you know, that I kind of get in a rut with. So it's fun to switch back and forth between something where you're using the same colors over and over and over, like putting in the white on a Stitching with the Housewives piece. Then I can pick this up and do like 6 colors in an hour. So it's fun. I like it. And I have set a goal for myself that I want to go to StitchCon 2022. The wait list opens up on September 1st. I am going to try to get on the wait list for weekend B. And my goal is to finish this before then, so that if it is okay, I can take it to the brag table and showcase it, because it's one that I don't think very many people have stitched. So I think that would be a good one to take, and I think that's a good goal. I can, that's almost a year away, so these aren't huge patterns, so we'll see. I hope I get into StitchCon. I already talked to my husband about it and everything, and if y'all are new here, my son is autistic and he has ADHD. He's high functioning, but he does not do well when I'm away, so I don't get to go away. So I have almost a year to prepare him for me to be gone for like 3 nights and 4 days or whatever it is. And I have already told him, he already knows, and he says he's fine with it. But I still have to kind of like get him used to me being gone. So then I told my husband, when they release the, if you don't know what I'm talking about, StitchCon is a 4-day retreat for where it's supposed to be for Flosstubers and Flosstube fans, but really it's just like, I don't know. I've never been, but I want to go. It's just a big cross-stitch retreat in Ohio. And so my husband, I told him when the dates were announced, I said, okay, when you do your vacation days for next year, because they go in at work, and if they know certain days they want to be off, they do it for the whole year so that other people don't request off the same days. I was like, I need to give you these days, the Thursday and Friday, so you can be off to take care of Parker. And he's like, oh, okay. I said, it's in Cincinnati, and I told him I want to fly, but it's a 7.5 hour drive, so if I can't fly, then I can just leave really early and drive. And he's like, well, there's a lot to do up there. I could just request a couple more days off, and we could do that stuff. And I'm like, excuse me? You're not going. I was like, yeah, it would be fun to do that, but I'm not going to enjoy myself at a retreat if my child is like 1 block away in a hotel room wanting mommy every 5 minutes. So, no. Y'all gonna stay home. We'll do a family vacation and do something else, and I'm going to retreat by myself. And he's like, he was like, realized his intentions were good, but he realized, like, okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Because if Parker knew that I was close to him, I would not get a minute's peace. He'd be like, mommy, 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 you know what I mean? So, no. If I get to go to StitchCon, it's going to be my mom time, time away. So, I hope I get to go. We'll see. Alright, so let's keep going with whips. Some stray floss. Let's see. Okay, so also I have been working on my September calendar crates. I made a lot of progress on this in one day. I'm going to hold it up against this board. So, I'm getting pretty close. I think it was Wednesday I stitched on this, and I got a ton done. So I just need to come back down this way and do a few little more things. But I will say about this, I'm not crazy about the steamed broccoli. It's the color in here. Now, I like steamed broccoli, but it feels like it doesn't match the other colors. And also, on the chart, the steamed broccoli and the 4-leaf clover, the two greens, one uses an X and one uses a plus, and they're both colored in with green. And the darker color is a lighter green on the chart, and the lighter color is a darker green on the chart. So it took me a little while to not mix that up. So that was confusing. Yeah, because they looked almost identical, and I actually blow mine up on my copier so that I can see it better. And I even with blowing it up, it actually kind of made it worse because it made the colors almost too similar. Anyway, on this part right here, the buffalo check, I about lost my mind because I was like, what green is that? So once I got that done, it got easier. But I do love this, and I love the colors. The blue is not showing up very well on this. Now, I will say, I think that these colors probably would have done better on a solid black, because the lighter color of the chalkboard black and then the sheen in the blue and some of these greens kind of washes out each other, or the chalkboard black kind of washes out like that blue, because that blue is a beautiful blue in person, but I think it would pop more on a black, solid black. And I'm thinking about switching to I have to check with Fat Quarter Shop and see if they'll do it, but right now I get the whole kit. I get the floss, the fabric, and the pattern. I think I might just switching it to floss and the pattern and buy solid black from Hobby Lobby, because Priscilla stitches hers on solid black, and it doesn't matter what color you use, but I think, you know, when she's choosing colors, they are gonna pop more on what she's choosing than maybe this. And I noticed that with my August calendar crates, that I think I would have liked it more on a solid black. So I think that's what I'm doing. And the Halloween one, I definitely want on a solid black, which I will show in my haul. Anyway, that orange is awesome. I think it's Pumpkin Harvest. It's such a pretty orange. Yeah, it's Pumpkin Harvest, and the variegation in it is so pretty. I love it. So, I think I'll get this done by the end of the month. So I just need to get it finished and switch it out with my August. So I really like it. And what I'm going to do is, when I'm finished with September, I'll have July, August, and September done, and then I will give those away as a 3-pack. And that's what I plan to do for this series, is once I get 3 done, I will give those away and pass those on to someone who would like to stitch them. And that way you'll get all 3, and you can, you know, work on them for next year. Okay, so next whip. I don't have to keep that out for haul. What's the next one? Okay. My next one is one, I didn't get a ton done on this. This was this may have gotten like 20 stitches. I don't even know. This is the Let Your Light Shine by Heartstring Samplery. And this is the one that I'm stitching for our homeschool area for Parker as encouragement. And what I did is I stuck this over on my dining room table where we homeschool, and with a separate stand for my chart. And while he was watching some of his orientation videos online, I just put in a few stitches, because there's nothing I can do while he's watching a video like that. So just when he was doing something independently but I needed to sit next to him, I try to work on this instead of playing with my phone. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this over there, and then when I finish this, I think I'm going to put my Lori Holt Flea Market Flowers pattern in our homeschool area. because I need something, I guess you say easy, that, you know, which I do have to count these letters, but y'all know that's not bad. I need something that I can pick up and put down, pick up and put down, and not worry about it. So, that I can stitch on when we're doing homeschool, but he's working independently. Because I have to stay with him. I can't just get up and leave yet. I used to be able to do that, but the way we're doing homeschool this year, I need to be with him. Which I teach him, but he has 2 classes that are online classes that, you know, he has like the online curriculum. So anyway, moving on. I have a new start, and this is fun. I want to share this with you all. Okay, so I love this pattern when I saw it, and I planned on buying it. But then Candace K was, I don't know, I guess it was a regular Flosstube, and she had it in her haul. So it is If Pumpkins Could Fly by Hands On Design. And I messaged Candace and I said, do you want to do a sale? And she's like, yeah. I can't remember exactly what we said, you know. But I asked Candace if she wanted to do a stitch along, and she agreed. So I ordered the pattern, I ordered the floss, but then I chose a different fabric, so I'm actually not using much of the called for floss. But I did order it so I can just use it for other patterns. And then, so I think Candace had mentioned that we were going to do a sale on her channel. So another Flosstuber, Tracy from Gee Stitchery, messaged us about joining in, and that was awesome. And the fun part, okay, I love this. This is so fun. None of us, like, we just agreed to stitch it, right? We all have different colorways, and not on purpose. It just was like we all 3 chose different colors and fabric. So Candace is stitching on a like neutral fabric, and she's picked her own colors from her stash. I think some of them are called for and some are from her stash. And Tracy is doing hers on a purple with the DMC, and then I'm doing mine on Kermit. So I'm doing mine on green. And the reason I'm doing mine on green is because of my banner year. So I love this, and I had half of the fabric left over from the kit. And except for the purple, it's pretty much the same colors. I mean, there's a hint of teal in here, but other than that, it's the chalkboard, or the, you know, dark gray, a white, an orange, and a green. So I wanted to do mine on the Kermit. So that's how far I've got. Now, I normally start in the top right, but this was such a small scrap that I didn't want to start and run out of fabric or something. Okay. My phone ran out of memory, and I had to delete a bunch of videos. So I'm going to have to go through and delete a ton of stuff because this keeps happening. And sorry, let me fix this a little bit. On my last Stitch With Me video, it cut out like the last 5 minutes. So anyway, I think I got it fixed. But so I started in the middle. I actually started like right here, and then I did this, went back and did that and did that. So that's different for me, but and we all started in different spots, and it's just really fun. So if you want to join us, we're using the hashtag Flying Pumpkin Sal, and check out Candace K and Gee Stitchery on Instagram and Flosstube. And I want to say Tracy at Gee Stitchery, she's in the under 1,000 subs club, and so is Stacie C Stitches, who I mentioned earlier, and I am too. But so go check out Tracy's channel, and she has a super fun channel. Sorry, I'm saying a lot. Deep breath. Work out the Flosstube nerves. So she has really fun projects, you know, a range of things I've never seen before, and that's always fun. And she has just, you know, a really great personality. So check her out. And she did this birth announcement that is so cool. You know, when you think of birth announcements, you kind of like, I kind of think of the older ones from like the 80s and 90s. And she did a modern birth announcement, and she did a super cool finish. So I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to go check it out. And she also dyes fabric, and she does an amazing job. She has beautiful, beautiful fabric. So go check her out. She just hit over 100. So let's get her up. And another under 1,000 subs club that I want to share is Grace Notes Stitchery. And they had commented on my videos, and for some, I just didn't. Sometimes people have Stitchy names, and that's just their YouTube name, and sometimes they have Stitchy names because they're Flosstubers. Well, I didn't put 2 and 2 together and realize they had a Flosstube channel until, I don't know, someone else had talked about their channel, so I added them on YouTube. But I just got to their videos because I have been very behind on my Flosstube. So I love their video. I got to watch last week's, and then I was able to start they have a new one this morning. They're dyeing fabric. They have a Fabric of the Month club. Their fabric looks gorgeous. Janet Jabber showed their fabric on her channel this week, and they have a Facebook group. So I do want to join their Fabric of the Month club. I was looking, I don't know which fabric to get because I stitch on different fabrics. So I didn't know if I should get a linen, an even weave, a higher count, a lower count, Ada, I don't know. So I have to think about that. But I do want to join their Fabric of the Month club to support them, and because their fabric is beautiful. And so yeah, Grace Notes Stitchery, that's the other one. And let me look at my notes. Okay, so I want to move on to wish list. And oh, I think I said this is 16 count Kermit. Oh, I want to show you the floss I picked. Sorry. Rewind. I got messed up when my camera stopped, and I have a limit. It tells me how much time I have, so I feel like I have a countdown clock. I should be fine. I should be able to get this done before that limit's up, but it's like tick 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 tick. Alright, so the orange I picked is Curse of the Hollow, and this is a bright pinkish orange. And the reason I picked that is because that is the similar shade of orange. It's not the same, but it's similar that's in this one. And I started with Grasshopper, the called for green, because look, it looks dark, right? It looks like it would pop. But when you pull this off the skein and you're only using 2 threads, it really blends in with this green. So I had to switch my green. And the green that I switched to is DMC 469. So all I have in green so far is right here. So I had to stick to a darker green. And then I'm using just 3865 for the white. Galvanized from by Weeks Dye Works. This is the one that's off the skein. This is what is it called? Blackboard. It's the called for. I can't remember. I think it's like Blackboard or something. I can't find my little floss thing. And then I picked Classic Colorworks Candy Corn. There's just a little bit of accents of a lighter orangish yellow. So I picked this to go with that. So those are my colors. And that's a lot of fun. That's exciting. And it will match my banner year. Okay. So, now I'm going to move to wish list. I was watching Lori Holt, her latest Flosstube video, and she was working on this, and I absolutely fell in love. And it's called A Savior's Praise by Shakespeare's Peddler, who's also Kitten Stitcher on YouTube, and it's amazing. I just, you know, sometimes you just see something, you just fall in love with it. It's not a new pattern, and I actually have seen it on other Flosstubes over the course of the year, but I guess it's because Lori was showing it so much more closely. I fell in love with it. So that's definitely on my wish list, like for real wish list. And also, there have been so many sneak peeks and things released for Needlework Expo, and they're all beautiful, but I haven't seen anything that I have felt like, other than what I've already talked about, that I felt like I had to stitch. Except for Lindy Stitches released Halloween Tales, and it's 2 patterns. One is a cat on a horse, and it's based off the artwork of a I think she's a watercolor artist, or maybe a painter in general, but it's based off someone else's artwork. And then the other one is a cat as Frankenstein. So it's the cat as Frankenstein that I love so much. It's super cute. So that's one that I really would love to stitch. But I think with some of the other Expo releases, it's going to be a situation where I don't feel like excited about it, but when someone starts stitching them and I start seeing them stitched up on Flosstube, then I will see more that I want to buy. So, you know, the last Expo, I just went nuts. I just wanted everything. So this Expo, I feel more reserved and like, I'll see how, you know, it pans out. I don't feel that, like FOMO, the fear of missing out. So that is it for wish list this week, and I want to move on to Stitchy Kindness. So Vicki won a giveaway, and she sent me a thank you card with a super sweet note, and in the thank you card was a gift card to Hobby Lobby. So thank you so much, Vicki. And I also had emailed her, but I forgot to ask her about this. So Vicki, I'm going to ask you here on Live Flosstube. Did you send this floss? Okay, so I was walking through my house not long after I had checked the mail, and Stormy had this in the floor. And it's all tangled up, but it's fine. I'm gonna straighten it out. I just saved it to show y'all, cause okay. That's what I'm talking about. You can't trust these animals. So I thought, where did that come from? And I thought, well, maybe it was in Vicki's envelope, and when I opened it, it fell out, because I don't remember having a skein of green DMC like out anywhere. I do sometimes, you know, I'll buy a couple skeins and leave it on a table to put away, but I don't remember having this out. So Vicki, did you send this to me? If you did, thank you. I did rescue it before it was completely destroyed. Mose would have been the one to completely destroy it, but Stormy had tore it apart, and so yeah. But what's funny is that this color is the color I need for something in my future plans. So I can't remember the color. I have the bottom part. I found the bottom part that goes on there. I think it's $5.99 or $6.99. So yeah. Alright, so thank you, Vicki. That was so sweet. That was so sweet. Alright, so now I'm going to go to haul. And so the first part of haul was I ordered linen from 123 Stitch. The first piece was the cobblestone for the Barbara Ann designs. And the other one was this piece, which I've already got it in my bag, kitted up. It is I didn't keep the name. Oh, I see what it's on the pattern. It's 32 count Zweigart Linen Sparkle Gray. And it's for this pattern. For Lindy Stitches, Dumpster Fire Friends Forever. So this is what it looks like. It's very pretty. Let's see, where's my board? It's only, oh, I didn't realize it's only printed on one side. So it's a medium gray with sparkles. So it's very pretty. And I also picked up from Hobby Lobby 2 skeins of DMC to get this started, because this is a mixture of DMC and some specialty flosses from Threadworks, and I'll have to order those because they give you the effect of the flames and that like gray camo look of their skirts, and I don't have anything and see the other yellow flowers up there. So it's part DMC, part Threadworks. So I've never used Threadworks before, but I do want to order it because I want that same effect. Alright, so that was my fabric haul. The next thing is my October calendar crates came in. So you take out the plastic so reduce the glare. So here's the October calendar crates, and I got chalkboard black fabric and the called for flosses. But okay, here's the floss pack. I feel like I need a piece of gray. Alright, I'm just going to use the side of this one. Okay, so I feel like that purple kind of sticks out. I don't know. I'm not crazy about this purple with these other colors. So I just feel like it's more Eastery looking, and it might just be my dye lot. So what I did is I pulled a couple more purples, and then I will choose, there's 2, how many do I have? Okay, so I pulled Purple Aster and Plum Paisley. So I'm going to use one of these purples instead. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to use one of these purples instead. By looking at this, probably this one, but I'll have to get started. Because this one, like I said, I feel like this is more of a pastel Easter color. So, we'll see about that. But I'm excited. I love that October calendar craze. It's so cute. Alright, the next thing is I got a clapper. And this is for quilting. This is to flatten seams, and I ordered this, I want to say maybe in May, but the wait list was really long, so I just got my invoice and got it shipped this week. Now, I knew the wait list was long, and that's fine. It's handmade. I mean, and I got this from, I'll have to put it, it's Kentucky, maybe RKY Woodworks. I'll put it on the screen. You've probably seen the floss winders on Brenda and the Cereal Starter, because they have shown their floss winders a lot. So they sell those, clappers, and some other things. So I ordered this, but I want a floss winder, but when I order a floss winder, I'm going to order it from Stacie C Stitches. She has an Etsy shop, and her husband is a woodworker. So I want to support them. So when I order a floss winder, I'm going to order from her. So I will put their Etsy shop in the description box. They have, oh, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to say anything. This is amazing. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. If you're looking for a clapper, check them out. They have a website now. I'll put the information in the description box. I just want to also give a shout out to Stacie C Stitches because they are selling some handmade woodworking items, and their floss winders have like a little groove to put your scissors to cut, which I think is awesome. So that was one thing from haul, and the next thing was my tag label from Sweetwater. This is a monthly subscription. If you watch Candace K, you've already seen this, and this is what it looks like. When I opened it, oh no, I'm about to run out of time. I didn't think it would be this long. Okay, I'm gonna have to delete some more videos. Hang on. Wow, that earned me 4 more minutes, so we got to get this done in 4 minutes. Okay, so this is my tag, and at first I was like, oh, that's really big, and I thought, I don't know. So I think if I use it, I'm going to just put it on a project bag. But also the printing's messed up. If you look at sew and quilt, it's not supposed to look like that. It's messed up. So I don't know, it's like smudged. The next thing, this is the last thing for haul, is my floss fix from Fat Quarter Shop, and it is called pale silver, but it's actually like creams and silvers. It's a mixture. So these are all really pretty colors. There's okay, so I'm just going to show them like this. And the colors are Toasted Marshmallow, Wild Oats, Lighthouse, Shabby Sheep, Thundercloud, and Baking Tin. And Baking Tin is the new one. That's this one. So I'm excited about that because I wanted to try that, which is also in my October calendar crates. But this way I have an extra skein to use on something else. Okay, so I have a little bit of time, so we'll do a giveaway. These are 2 fall/Halloween patterns, and they were given to me as Stitchy kindness, and I want to give them away to you guys. So the first one is by Sue Hillis Designs, Hello Autumn. And if you would like to stitch this, use the word truck in your comment. And the next one is Waxing Moon Designs, Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. So if you would like to stitch this, use the word hat in your comment. And that's it. I didn't think of a comment question, so I'm sorry. I like to do comment questions because I get to know you guys better and stuff like that, but I can't think of one today. But if you're interested in that giveaway, just put those comments in there. As for plans, I need to choose another project. I'm still watching the countdown. I have 2 minutes before my phone stops. I need to choose another project for... Okay, here you go. Here's the question. I need to choose a project for my 25/7. The 2 projects I have in mind is Classic Country Cottage Needleworks Santa's Village or Country Cottage Needleworks Main Street. Those are both big pieces. Main Street has 10 charts. Santa's Village has 12. So if you have a preference of which one, you can put in the comments, Main Street or Santa's Village. If you don't care, it's fine. If there's an overwhelming choice, I will pick that for my next 25/7 and do that on my Stitch With Me videos. If there's not an overwhelming, I'll just decide which one I want to do. So I have 1 minute. My other plan is to get the floss together for, there is a Nightmare Before Christmas stitch along, and I will put the name of the website down here and I'll link it below. It is a SAL. The border is going to be released September 1st, and then every day in October she's going to release a character to stitch in the SAL. So I need to pull everything for that, and I'm not 100% on stitching it. I want to see the border and see if it's like my taste, and if I like the border, then I will continue with it and do the sale in October. So that's all my plans, just stitching fall, trying to get through the day. I hope you guys have a great week, and thank you for sticking with me. Bye guys.